Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Franklin here, and today we're going to talk about some wishful thinking. Now, of course, because this game is going to get released in 2025, there's no data mining, there's no leaks, there's no speculative, credible sources going around saying, oh, this is going to happen in Pokemon Legends Z3A. But alas, here we are. This is my top five, I guess. There's no particular order of Pokemon that I'd wish to see Megas. So before we get into it, please like and subscribe. That is the best way to support me for free. I'm going to do a little bit of an honorable mention for a group of Pokemon. And yes, this list is going to get kind of crazy, but we're going to start off with the legendary Kalos trio. I don't think they should get Megas because, one, they're broken. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, these Pokemon are clearly broken. I just think it's a little awkward considering Zygarde getting a Mega is kind of defeating the purpose of the 50%, 10%, and 100% forms of Zygarde already exist. But who knows? They can go crazy with it. I do feel like these Pokemon here can get some sort of origin or futuristic versions of themselves, kind of like in Legends Arceus, where Palkia and Dialga got their origin forms. And albeit, Giratina, it already had its, alternate or origin form as well. But here we are. I do think they might get some sort of form changes. Perhaps they'll get signature moves that will be more powerful than they already are. Wishful thinking. But this is going to be my honorable mention. And we're going to get into the top five. Now, we're going to go with number five, and that's Aegislash, one of the more iconic Pokemon. This Pokemon already has its own switch in forms, depending on whether you attack or use King Shield. It'll be interesting to see how this Pokemon would be in a Mega variation. If you guys recall, King Shield did get nerfed, and the stats of Aegislash, particularly in attack and special attack, got nerfed by, I believe, 10 base points. So this Pokemon isn't as broken as it used to be. One can only imagine what a Mega will do to Aegislash. Again, being one of the more iconic Pokemon in the Kalos region, I think it deserves a Mega. Top four, we got Flygon, and I think this is going to be resonating within the Pokemon community. A lot of fans do want Mega Flygon. It's been one of those Pokemon that ever since the leaks of X and Y back in the day, people were speculating whether or not this forgotten dragon deserves a Mega. I truly think it does. Over the years or over the generations, this Pokemon has slightly been getting a little bit of buffs here and there. Finally had access to like moves such as Dragon Dance. Terrestrialization has made it a little more viable with Boom Burst and just incredible move pool. Having a Mega on this would be nice. I think if another counterpart in the Dragon and Ground typing, such as Garchomp, gets a Mega, then I truly believe Mega Flygon should exist. And I can speak on some of the Pokemon fans, again, that it's one of those fan favorites that truly deserve to get a Mega Evolution. And now into the top three. A little bit of a twist here, but if we're going to get a Pokemon Legends Z through A game, I think, and knowing Game Freak with their track record with Charizard being one of those beloved and oversaturated starters because of its Gen 1 reputation, perhaps we could see a Mega Charizard Z. I wonder how they're going to pull this off. I mean, Charizard X and Charizard Y are incredible Pokemon, so one can imagine if Charizard Z existed, perhaps instead of maybe like a dragon or flying, it could be potentially fire ground, fire rock. Now, it will obviously depend on what timeline this Pokemon game takes place. If this takes place in a more futuristic, maybe we can see fire and steel, fire electric. If it takes place in the past, it could be fire rock, fire ground, fire dark. There's a lot of opportunities and creative methods they can use to implement a third Mega Evolution. And it'll be kind of crazy to use this Pokemon in competitive play, considering, well, your opponent has to decide what they want to go up against. One of the three Charizards. And I mean, if the first two, X and Y, are pretty damn good in their own right, Can't imagine what a Mega Charizard Z would do. All right, we're going into the top two. And this Pokemon here, just like Charizard family, we got the Mewtwo family. Mewtwo X, Mewtwo Y, why not Mewtwo Z? Now, of course, we're going to the realm of the Uber's legendary Pokemon because Mewtwo is already broken in itself. Mewtwo X is one of the most hard-hitting physical attackers in the game. And then you have Mewtwo Y, which is incredibly fast and hits like a truck. Mewtwo Z, perhaps, or maybe even an origin form or a futuristic form of Mewtwo. Now, there are other forms of Mewtwo, such as Armored Mewtwo, which made its official introduction in Pokemon Go. It would be cool to see Armored Mewtwo in this game. I don't know how it will make sense canonically in the timeline, but if that's not the case, hey, throw in a Mewtwo Z. I love the creative chaos when it comes to unexpected Pokemon granting a specific Mega Evolution or even a simple regional form. I didn't even mention the regional forms here because who knows? Unless we know more about the region itself and, again, the timeline and where it's placed at, will make a difference on whether or not we're going to get such things or not. But again, this list is just wishful thinking on my behalf. And then, last but not least, I think this should be a given. And it's kind of weird that the Kalos starters themselves did not get any Mega Evolutions. Now, a little bit of a caveat when it comes to Greninja because in Generation 7, we ended up getting Ash Greninja, and then it just disappeared once Sword and Shield and even Scarlet and Violet came around. And Battle Bond Ash Greninja is just solely a boost of stats from its signature ability. Does that mean that Game Freak perhaps are thinking, hey, maybe we should give the Kalos starters Mega Evolutions because, hello, that was the main gimmick in X and Y. Kind of strange to see these Pokemon not get Mega Evolutions, but then you get the Kanto starters, which are gift Pokemon in X and Y, Mega Evolutions. How does that work? I do think these Pokemon are somewhat viable. I mean, Greninja's phenomenal, and Chestnut in Scarlet and Violet is actually pretty good. Delphox, it's a little bit of a victim of the power creep that's been going on in Generation 9. I do think these Pokemon are my number one candidates to get Mega Evolutions, and in a game where people will love to see new forms, I think it's a given that these Pokemon deserve it. And one can only hope that with the reintroduction of Kalos, we get to see these starters gain a little bit of justice. I know Greninja has been a fan favorite over the years, and I believe from a recent poll given to the Pokemon community, Greninja is usually a top 10 in like the most popular Pokemon with like Lucario, which again, Lucario already has a Mega, and there's Garchomp, which has a Mega. So I do think these trio of starters deserve it. Who knows what kind of creative direction they can go with it. But again, just my speculative list. Let me know what you guys think. Are there any other Pokemon you wish? I have seen other Pokemon like Mega Rhyperior, Mega Weavile, Mega Frostlass has been circulating around. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you like the list? If not, let me know. What kind of Megas do you wish? And none of that garbage like Mega Arduino. It's your boy Franklin signing out. Peace.